Hello and welcome back to the channel, where we dig deep into South African politics and bring you the context behind the headlines. Today, we are unpacking President Cyril Ramaphosa's recent defense of Black economic empowerment, better known as BEE, and his bold claim that BEE is not a burden, but a long-term investment in South Africa's future. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any new uploads. Now let's get into it. Segment 1, the context of Ramaphosa's statement. At a recent business forum, President Ramaphosa took the stage to defend BEE in strong, deliberate terms. He acknowledged the growing criticism that BEE allegedly chases away investment, that it creates inefficiencies, and that it benefits a small elite. But he rejected the idea that empowerment is the problem. Instead, he called it a vital building block of a fair and sustainable economy. In his words, BEE is not a handout or a tax. It is an investment in the economy's future, one that creates broader participation, stimulates entrepreneurship, and expands our consumer base. It's a significant statement, especially in a country still grappling with racial and economic inequality nearly 30 years into democracy. Segment 2, Why Ramaphosa Believes BEE Matters. According to the President, BEE is more than a moral imperative. It's a growth strategy. When more South Africans are empowered to start businesses, earn higher incomes, and participate in the economy, everyone benefits. It's about expanding the economic pie, not just reshuffling who gets a slice. He pointed out that in an economy where millions are excluded from opportunity, inequality is more than a social injustice, it's a threat to long-term economic stability. He's not alone in that view. Many development economists agree, inclusive growth leads to more resilient economies, broader consumer markets, and fewer social tensions. Segment 3, the criticism BEE faces. But this vision isn't without its critics. Many argue that the current model of BEE has failed to deliver real transformation. Instead of lifting up millions, they say it's enriched a politically connected few, creating what some call a new, empowerment elite. Business groups and opposition parties have long called for a reassessment. They say BEE has become a box-ticking exercise, burdening companies with compliance red tape while doing little to change structural inequality. Others go further, saying the policy scares away foreign investment, fuels resentment, and lacks clear outcomes. Segment 4, Ramaphosa's rebuttal. Ramaphosa didn't deny that there have been problems. He acknowledged that implementation hasn't always been effective, and that corruption and favoritism have sometimes hijacked the original goals. But his message was clear. Abandoning BEE is not an option. The cost of exclusion is far greater. That single sentence captures the stakes. In a country where youth unemployment is above 45% and inequality is among the worst in the world, doing nothing is far riskier than trying to fix BEE. Segment 5, What True Empowerment Should Look Like. Ramaphosa used his platform to call for a return to the original spirit of empowerment, building real Black-owned businesses, mentoring new entrepreneurs, providing access to capital, and opening up new markets, especially in rural and township economies. True empowerment, he argued, is not about handing out tenders or checking off racial quotas. It's about structural transformation, creating an economy where race, geography, and history no longer determine opportunity. Segment 6, Is BEE delivering or failing? This raises a bigger question, is BEE working? The answer depends on where you look. Yes, some progress has been made. We've seen growth in the Black middle class. More Black South Africans now occupy leadership roles in business and government. But the pace has been slow. The benefits haven't reached enough people. And frustration is growing. Critics point to instances of fronting, where companies pretend to comply with BEE without real transformation. Others highlight how some empowerment deals have made a few individuals extremely rich while workers and communities see little change. Supporters of BEE admit these flaws, but argue that the solution isn't to abandon transformation. It's to fix the implementation, improve oversight, and broaden participation. Segment 7, Economic Reality Check. Let's zoom out for a moment. South Africa's economy is struggling. Growth is slow. Investment is weak. The fiscal outlook is tight. So the pressure is on to create jobs, attract capital, and restore public trust. And in this environment, transformation can't be treated as optional, it has to be central. Ramaphosa's framing of BEE as an investment is aimed at the business community. He's saying, stop seeing BEE as a compliance cost. Start seeing it as a growth driver. As a way to unlock new markets, build loyalty, and future-proof your business. Whether that message will land is another story. Segment 8, What needs to change? To be fair, many South Africans aren't rejecting transformation, they're rejecting the way it's been handled. What people want is transparency, accountability, fairness. They want BEE that works for small businesses, for women, for the unemployed, not just for politically connected insiders. That's where government needs to step up. BEE can't just be about ticking boxes. It has to produce real, measurable outcomes. It needs to evolve, be more inclusive, more decentralized, and better aligned with industrial and education policy. Closing thoughts. At the end of the day, Ramaphosa is right about one thing: the cost of exclusion is enormous. South Africa cannot afford to leave millions on the margins of the economy. But whether BEE, in its current form, is the right tool for that transformation, that's a conversation we need to keep having. So, what do you think? Has BEE helped your community? Is it time for reform, or are the critics missing the point? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we want to hear from you. If you found this breakdown helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more political deep dives, and share this video with someone who cares about South Africa's future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.